Arriving at Mac's parents' house, I was greeted by the welter of familiar scents and sounds, casseroles being prepared, relatives exchanging whispered condolences, the gentle hum of sadness in the air. My heart ached as I stepped through the door and into the emotional storm that enveloped Mac. "Mac," I whispered, my voice barely breaking through the din of muffled sobs and low conversations, but she heard me. Her eyes widened when she saw me, tears pulling at the corners. Time had changed us both. We were no longer the naive kids who had once navigated the twists of high school together. But at that moment, the years melted away. All she saw was her Ray, and all I saw was my Mac. She dashed towards me, and I wrapped her in a hug that felt like coming home. "Oh, Ray," she said, her voice trembling. "Thank you for coming." I held her tightly, wishing I could absorb some of her pain. "I wouldn't let you go through this alone for anything, Mac." She always knew I was a phone call away any time, no matter what. Everyone was looking at me as Mac leapt in my arms, as if I was the only lifesaver in a sea of tears. Bobby passed by and just nodded and kept walking. We shared a long embrace, and the weight of loss settled heavily between us. As the days passed following the funeral, our friendship felt as if it had reignited, sparking warmth where memories had faded. We spent hours talking late into the night, reminiscing, sharing thoughts over cups of tea and coffee. The fractured spaces created over the years, filled with laughter and moments of silence that spoke volumes. Bobby said bye to everyone and hugged Mac. He had work early and Mac was staying with her mom. This left us alone as we talked until the sun set. I said goodbye and Mac asked me, "Will you be back today?" She asked this with a hope in her eyes that I did not have to go back to Charlotte right away. "I have time off. Yeah, I'll be here." I did not have time off and ended up losing my classes to a tenured professor. Returning to the familiar rhythm of our friendship was a bittersweet thrill. I had published my first small-town romance book, Will It Be Us, and was gaining traction as an author, even if it was in my own mind. And she was so excited that she pulled out a copy and showed me where she was in the book with a big smile. I definitely had imposter syndrome, so it was nice to hear that someone loved my story. I was happy. Friends and family from home were so proud, but I guess a hole lingered in me for some to share it with as I found what I wanted to do with my life and writing, and I wanted to share it with someone and family. When I was not with Mac, I was content to wait, but when I was with her, I yearned for that life, that forever, intertwined love that led to marriage, kids, grandkids, and more grandkids. Beneath the success of life they had seen on the surface, I just wanted something more. A family, a best friend to share my days with. But even in the aftermath of relocating my life to Charlotte after high school, a twinge in my heart reminded me of the one person I wanted to include in my future, and she was taken.